And welcome back to another late night episode of Dogs on the Couch, where everybody's allowed to have an opinion. It does not matter if you played the game, you were watching. So you're allowed to have an opinion as well. Please like, comment, subscribe. It's free of charge. Doesn't cost you a thing, okay? Helps grow the channel and get these videos out to like-minded people. I greatly appreciate it. I really do. I'm watching the last 3 minutes, I believe, in 30 seconds. Oh my goodness, is that Jalen Tyson and Craig Porter Jr.? This is finna make this video because I'm seeing this live as I'm watching the game right now. And now, as the game is over with and the Cavs are getting blown out, 112-91 with, oh no, it's less than 3 minutes. It's 2 minutes left to go in the game. You put Jalen Tyson in, Thomas Bryant, Craig Porter Jr. It's 112-93. I get it, but especially if I'm Jalen Tyson, which is who I was getting ready to focus this video around, I'm extremely upset about this. As a fan of the Cavs, I'm extremely upset about this. Why are you putting Jalen Tyson in the game now? What for? What? To do what? To bring his energy and effort once the game is already over? Well, that doesn't make any sense to me. Kenny Atkinson? Let me get things together here. What are we doing, Kenny? Hold on, wait a minute. Because what I believe this game was lost, the reason I believe this game is just blown to shreds is because Kenny, for the first time, it's like he wanted to prove a point. And it involved not playing Jalen Tyson. This is the first time, and I don't know when, Kenny, I mean, he had only played 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He played 8 people. He had an 8-man rotation. I can't remember the last time it was only 8 people that had got minutes. And I'm not counting these garbage minutes that he just gave all these people that he just put in off the bench for no reason. You should have left the people out there that you had out there the entire game. That's who lost it. Why Dean Wade not out there? Why you ain't keep Dean Wade out there? Why you ain't keep him out there? Why you ain't keep Dennis Schroeder out there? He one of the 8, them is 2 of the 8 people that you played the entire game. So why they can't be out there for the last 2 minutes of getting their butts kicked? I don't understand that. I'm not understanding it. I didn't expect to have to be, I'm sitting here in my pajamas. I did not expect to have to be making a video. Like, what are we doing? Kenny, this is ridiculous. The fact that you done put these guys in the last 2 minutes of the game when the 8 players that you decided to play the entire game been getting their butts kicked. I'm not understanding that. When 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When JB went 10 deep tonight. Yeah. 9 solid, but 10 deep. He went 9 solid though. When Kenny, you the one who got the deeper bench. You got a deeper bench than the Pistons do. A much deeper bench. And for the first time in who knows how long, I'm only going to play 8 players. And then 2 of them is Dean Wade and Dennis Schroeder, who played absolutely terrible basketball tonight. Absolutely terrible basketball. Let me refresh to make sure that let me try to get as updated as I possibly can be, as far as, because like I say, I'm watching this live because I didn't expect to have to do this. Honestly, I could have sworn, I'm like, man, yeah, nah, the Cavs will be all right. Dean Wade played 22 minutes of basketball tonight. 3 points, 3 rebounds, and was a minus 16. Now, let me explain something to you. If you're a star, superstar type of player, we can deal with, like, the plus minus isn't such a big deal, because by you being a star or a superstar, you have a much more impact, a higher impact on the game besides just a plus minus. Plus minus really comes into effect more so with your role players or your specialty players, okay? Because those are the players that have a little less leeway with messing up is the best way to put it, okay? So for a role player or a defensive specialist like Dean Wade, we understand that you're not going to give us any points. So 3 points, 1 of 2, okay, we understand. But to be a minus 16, I've been on this channel before saying, if Dean Wade isn't directly guarding Cade Cunningham, like, and the other team is running switches to get him off, which is what they did this entire game. I predicted it on this. I already said it. It was running screens the entire game to get Cade Cunningham on somebody else. He either got James Harden guarding him, Sam Merrill, Max Strus, somebody that isn't Dean Wade. And Cade Cunningham would just go to work. So, Dean Wade, if you're not guarding Cade Cunningham, and we know that we can't pencil you in for any kind of offense or playmaking or anything like that, you can't be a minus 16 and get 22 minutes of basketball. That just doesn't make any, that doesn't add up. It doesn't make any sense. And again, Dean Wade is a fantastic defender. He is. He's a fantastic defender. It just so happens that the guy that he's the best at defending at and everything like that, he wasn't really matched up with him too much. So it really didn't matter how good he is at defending Cade Cunningham. He really wasn't on him all like that. And so now you're not getting no points, and then you're not really being productive. You had 3 rebounds and 3. Okay, great. It's a bunch of people that could 3 points, 3 rebounds, and a minus 16. It's a bunch of, I can name a bunch of guys on the bench that we got that could have did that in 22 minutes of basketball. Dennis Schroeder is the other one that I was saying. 15 minutes. Oh, no, excuse me. Yeah, 15 minutes of basketball. 0 for 4 from the field. He had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 big turnovers, because they was just dribbling turnovers. You double dribbled twice, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. 2 dribbling. No, you double dribble and then you travel. What? What? You just can't handle the ball. And then you was a minus 4. We didn't need you to have them 15 minutes. Not tonight. Because this is my thing. When it's Jalen Tyson could be out there for 3 minutes. If he somehow messes up in those 3 minutes, Kenny is going to pull him, and then Jalen Tyson will not see any more minutes the rest of the game. So much to the point where my point for this game, I felt like, because Jalen Tyson got into an altercation this past game, in game 5, Jalen Tyson had like an altercation And he had it was a legit altercation with one of the players from the Pistons. You know what I mean? It is one of the things where they trying to calm Jalen Tyson down. Like, hey, man, all right, chill out, calm down. You know what I mean? Side note, I feel like that's the energy you've needed to combat what the Pistons bring to the table. But it seemed like Kenny was upset with him. Like, basically, like, oh, you a hothead, you're losing your cool, I don't need that, go sit your butt down. Because after that altercation, he took Jalen Tyson out, and Jalen Tyson has not seen the court since then, and he didn't see the court he did. It was 1 minute or 2 minutes after the game was already a blowout, which is why I'm like, why are you putting him out there for now? That's disrespectful. Why put him out there now? When he could have helped you, when he could have honestly helped you, you refused to put him in the game. Because at this point, to me, it feels like you got some type of vendetta against him. I don't understand what it is. As well as, I don't know, maybe a Thomas Bryant or Keon Ellis. These are the players that I feel like can give you some fight, some toughness, off of your bench when the other team is meeting you with a certain level of force that it doesn't seem like you may have tonight. Or just scrappiness, hustle, dive into the loose balls, all of the 50-50 balls, and just hustling and, that grit. When you push somebody, they push you back. Ausar Thompson fouled out of the game. He got one foul because Evan Mobley had shot him an elbow and he pushed right back into him, and then now the ref called the second person. But the point is, Thompson is setting the tone that no, we the bullies. You're going to get bullied. We're the bullies. And so for me, it's like Kenny got this attitude with Tyson. They're like, oh, you messed up the last game trying to get into it with him. So I'm not going to play you at all this game. For the first time, I'm going to limit my rotation to 8 players. And then when it's a blowout at the end, we getting blew out at home. Well, now I'm going to put Jalen Tyson and Keon Ellis and Thomas. What you putting all them in for? Why? For what? That's disrespectful. Let the people that was out there that got their butts kicked, the same 8 people that was out there that got their butts kicked, let them stay out there. Because you ain't finna win this game 7 on the road. It's not happening. You not finna win this game 7 on the road because you finna trot Dean Wade out there again, play him 20-some minutes so he cannot score, and who knows if he's going to be effective in any other ways or not. And because we don't know that he's going to be directly matched up with Cade Cunningham. So that now you defending Ausar Thompson who don't shoot the ball anyway. So you playing this great defense on somebody who not finna shoot the ball, who don't get the ball. This is absolutely ridiculous. Now, with all this being said, man, I am not absolving, like, for example, Donovan Mitchell. Okay, whom had a decent game, but it was not a Donovan Mitchell game in my aspects. It could have been much better. And then not only that, when I speak to the aspect of being a star player and having a little bit more leeway with the plus minus, this did not apply to Donovan Mitchell. When I'm saying, all right, well, maybe he had an okay game. He was a minus 25. So, Donovan, you can't have an okay game and then be minus 25. If you minus 25, man, I need you to have 35 points or 40 points. If you are minus 25. I'm sorry. That's not like, that's something that you would expect, that you would think that James Harden would be doing, right? And then not only that, but Donovan, you making me look like a fool at this point, because watch this. This is what I say all the time, and I point out on this channel, right? What I remember saying is I was like, look, them games 1 through 5, I'm like, oh, James Harden He good through them games. Like people be forgetting that he have good games in the playoffs. I'm like, it just coming to them closeout games, game 6, game 7. That's when James Harden don't show up. And I was like, but I don't think that'll be the problem here because Donovan Mitchell is going to be the one that can close the game 6 and game 7. So you're not really going to need James Harden. Donovan, you making me look silly. 37 minutes, man, 18 points, 6 of 20 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. You made all your free throws, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. But, buddy, you was a minus 25. So even though hey, man, I was 6 of 20, that ain't good at all. Okay, but you got 2 of 6 from 3 and you made all your free throws. Okay, 18 points in 37 minutes and a minus 25 to go with a minus 25. No, Donovan. I'm sorry, Spider. I've been one of your biggest advocates, man. But in a game 6, got to have it. That's not gonna cut it. That's something that you would expect from James Harden. Wait a minute, James Harden played the same 37 minutes that you did, Donovan. He had 23 points on 6 of 13 from the field. He was 3 for 8 from 3, not too glamorous. But he was 8 for 10 from the free throw line, had 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. So I understand he had 8 turnovers, but he also had 4 steals. And he was only a minus 5. Now, we don't want you to be minus at all, but I'm just saying, if I got an option of my star player being a minus 5 or a minus 25, I'm going to take the minus 5 all day, every day, especially considering all other stats, meaning 23 points, 6 of 13 from the field instead of 6 of 20, and then 3 for 8 from three-point line. I live with it because you was 8 for 10 from the free throw line. Because it's give and take with a little bit of everything when we talking about your superstars and how they get their numbers, okay? If you handle the ball a lot, chances are you're going to turn it over higher than, other people who don't really handle the ball a lot. That's just kind of what comes with it. If you shoot the ball more than other people, you got a chance to miss more shots than other people. Like, that's just how it goes. So that's what I mean when I say give and take. But Donovan Mitchell, that's unacceptable. In a game 6, that's what we would be looking for from James Harden. If you ask me, James Harden did his job tonight. He was the perfect Robin. He needed a Batman, which is what you were supposed to be tonight, Donovan Mitchell. And somehow, you weren't Batman. Why not? I need answers, man. And, Max Strus, which, I'm not going to go too hard on Max Strus, okay? Because there are a lot of other things that he does in the game that I greatly appreciate. And even though I'm finna point out that he was a minus 16, I still feel like Max Strus he did things on the court tonight that even that minus 16 might not have shown. But 30 minutes for Max Strus, 6 points, man, 2 for 9, 2 for 7 from 3. He was grabbing some rebounds, definitely. That's why I say it was other things he was doing that I really appreciated out there. But then also a minus 16. You mean tell me Jalen Tyson couldn't help you? He couldn't have helped you out tonight? There's no way you can convince me with the numbers that I'm reading off that Jalen Tyson could not have helped you in some way, shape, form, or fashion tonight. I don't want this video to be too long because I'm going to do a more, it's going to be, I'm going to have a lot to cook up on this because we're going to lose game 7 on the road. There's no doubt about it. I'm sorry. There's no doubt about it. So I don't want this one to be too long. This is just my instant reaction. Like I say, late night edition. You know what I mean? Late night edition. I'm in my PJs, everything holding out. But still, I had to get this out because the reason that I'm bringing up Jalen Tyson and the fact that I feel like Kenny has something against him, and the exact thing that I feel like Kenny has against him is what you needed to win this series, to help you win this series. It's not something that you look at the numbers and see. It's something that you feel in the game of basketball, okay? And there's one play that I want to use to symbolize what I'm talking about, all right? There was a play where Ausar Thompson pushed Sam Merrill is setting a screen, okay, to get a shooter open. And Ausar Thompson is trying to fight through the screen. He gets frustrated with Sam Merrill because Sam Merrill's setting a great screen. So he gets frustrated with him, and he just pushes him down. It's like he takes his forearm, put it to his throat, and just push him to the ground. And then after he pushes him to the ground, he do the Iverson step over. He steps over him. After he done put his forearm in his throat and pushed him to the ground, he then steps over. He does the Iverson step over. He steps over him in a disrespectful manner is what happens. And Sam Merrill, this is no shade to Sam Merrill, none whatsoever. Because I don't think he cut like that, and he shouldn't have to be. That's not his mode. He a three-point shooter. I don't expect him to be like that. He lets him do it. Like most people's like, if you try to step over him, they gonna when they see you trying to step over, they gonna push you, you know, they gonna do something. They gonna be like, man, you not about to just step over me. You better watch out. I'm a grown man. You're not about to just pump me out like that. No, Sam just laid there and just looked at it and kind of looked for help from the referee. Now, I want to preface by saying this. It was upgraded to, the fact that Sam Merrill didn't react or whatever, good thing, because that was upgraded to a flagrant one, and you got, I believe, 2 shots and the basketball. So you showed them, okay? But in my opinion, it was like you won the battle, but you lost the war. Yeah, you got them 2 shots in the basketball right there, but in the end, at the end of it all, you got pumped. And so they feel more like, yeah, we got you. You not even, I could just push you down and step over you. You could have them 2 free throws in the ball. When you get the ball, you ain't gonna do nothing but turn it over anyway, because we about to play defense. You ain't gonna do nothing but turn the ball over anyway. So go ahead and get them 2 free throw attempts in the ball. Cool. We don't care. When I feel like a Jalen Tyson, when he got into it the last game, that's exactly what you needed somebody to do right there in that moment when Ausar Thompson pushed Sam Merrill to the ground and they're going to step over him. You needed somebody to come out there and be like, oh, whoa, hey, this ain't happening. Not here, not on our home court. You're not about to come in here and do this. Because respectfully, I don't think the Cavs, no matter how much fight and grit, you're not about to be able to go out there to the Pistons, to Detroit. You're not about to go out there and pump them. That ain't finna happen. They not gonna let it happen because they just pumped you at your house. So what make you think they're gonna let you come out there and pump them? It's not happening. You try to go out there with that fake toughness if you want to, but at some point you gotta have some guys that's exhibiting that toughness actually out there. Whether you call it fake toughness or not, I don't care. If you not exhibiting it, it's null and void. And man, it just seemed like this idea of we finna punish Jalen Tyson and I don't want to play him any minutes when he could have clearly helped you tonight. Because all the people that you was playing, the people that you was relying on, they all minus from the court. Well, Jalen Tyson could go out there and do that. Keon Ellis could go out there and do that. Thomas Bryant could go out there and do that. This should have been let me try everything. Let me exhaust all options because this is Game 7. I can't go to Detroit. I can't go back there. So this is Game 7. So I'm not going to wait till Game 7 to exhaust all the options. This is Game 7 because I can't go back there. Kenny, get up out of here. I don't care if they do win Game 7. Kenny, get out of here. Dogs on the couch, signing off.